Welcome to a brand new episode of Seize the Moment podcast. And today we have a very special guest. We have Natalia Kholodenko. She's a Ukrainian psychologist, media personality, and best-selling author whose work has empowered millions, especially women, navigating the trauma of war. She holds a PhD in philosophy and psychology, gained prominence hosting TV shows and leading mental health marathons across Ukraine, and has built an online community of over 1 million followers seeking support and resilience. A refugee herself, she now travels internationally, recently collaborating and singing I Will Survive with Gloria
Yeah.
Gaynor to draw global attention to healing psychological wounds. And her upcoming book, The Cost of Quiet, continues her mission to transform pain into strength. And Natalia, it's such a pleasure to have you on, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes, thank you too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, Natalia, I first want to say that my mom is actually a huge fan of yours.
Yeah.
She has been listening
Oh
to
my
you.
God.
Yeah. So when we told her that you were coming on, she said, "No way." I said, "Yeah." She's been listening to you for about 5 to 7 years, and you were from that mark. So it's pretty amazing.
Oh my God. You was growing with my lectures.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah.
now to start with a little bit, so for our audience, for some of the basics. So in America
Mhm,
we have a kind of what would you say? It's a we have like discourse around what trauma is,
mhm.
right? So a lot of times sort
Yeah.
of people kind of struggle understanding what it means. People kind of argue about what it means. So in
Mhm.
your understanding, let's just start with the basics. What is trauma and how is it defined?
What is a trauma?
Trauma,
I
yes.
I think every person feeling its difference because we took trauma from different ages, and it's very important in what age you took trauma
Mm.
Mhm.
because I all time make some examples. When people ask me, for example, if bombed Kiev, how it's for adults, how it's for kids, and I usually have my answer that imagine that you have sexual abuse when you are
Hmm.
4 years old or when you 42 years old. It's very different, and of course, child feeling everything in other and very small thing can make can. Can change them, and they can after some trauma produce new understanding this world
Hmm.
and relationship, and relationship with themselves and with another person. And for me, trauma is something which destroyed your believing with yourself, your relationship with yourself and with your and with world. Because
Mm.
when I felt really trauma after when war started, I understood that for me it's most difficult feeling trust. Yes,
Mhm.
to feel trust.
Hmm.
Yes,
Mhm.
sorry for my English.
No, it's
Correct
good.
me.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's cool.
Yeah, that this world is not crazy. Yes, and
Mm.
when you can't believe to people to world, you can think about your future. You don't need anything. In 1 second, you don't need anything. You don't need new clothes. You don't need rings. Something else. You just need time for understand what you can do now and what your new religion.
So it sounds like what you're saying is trauma is an experience that's both deeply impactful and also deeply negative. So
Yeah.
in with regard to psychology and even physical symptoms. So what happens in the after effects of trauma? What do you normally see in your practice? What do people experience after it?
My opinion that we don't need to make therapy only for trauma.
Mm.
We need therapy for all person because
Hmm.
when you grow in when you started better, everything your self ecology, psychic ecology working better than any psychotherapist. And if you work only with trauma, you don't work.
Mm.
You need work with all style of your life and style of your thinking and your believing and your thoughts. And for me, it's most important. But first the time I remember when I came to Germany,
Hmm.
German, sorry, to German, and somebody in cafe um, make some. big sounds. I don't know, maybe it was cheers or something else. And 10 persons sitting and close their head. And then understood, oh, it's my people from Ukraine. Trauma after some bombing, it's another one. It's not the same with trauma with your parents, because you can be nervous every time when you listen something loud, and you all time have this flashback and come back to this trauma time, and a lot of people feeling that they are in jail. You can live everywhere, but you all time in scare that you will die.
Wow.
Yeah. Something I wanted to ask you, something that you were talking about just before. What was, if it's okay to talk about, what was it like for you? Like, where were you in Ukraine when the war started? What was it like for you? How did you get out?
It was not a good way. I slept at home in Kiev, and I listened. I was afraid because I felt that something bad can come. It was not because I wrote some newspaper. It was my specific feelings, and. At 4 o'clock in the morning, I listened first bomb near my house, and my husband said me that you are a psychologist, keep calm. What you think about something bad? It's just windows. It's windy weather. Nothing serious. And I thought in this second that okay, he have 2 seconds for another world, because I came to a new world where it started war, and he slept in old world where it's windy. And after 1 minute, it was another one bombed, and after 2 seconds, our windows. We felt this, that it's can destroyed, and he get up and said, "Yes, it's war. War is started." And we had not a lot of time because we lived in very high floor.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And very, very high building, one of the highest in Kiev. And it was very dangerous because you need time for with 2 children for go out from these houses. And everybody was in panic. It's maybe 30 floors building. And everybody need lifts, and everything, it's at 4 o'clock. And when we go out to the street, we understood that all people in panic, and all gas station is closed. No, somebody had not gas. And I tried to call my friends, and who lived in village around Kiev. They didn't listen anything, and they didn't believe me.
Wow.
And I said that war started, took your children and take your children and go out. And a lot of my friends said, we can't, we have not gas. We just have gas for, for going to supermarket. And we started to try go out, but a lot of people was nervous, and many cars crashed. And when we came to border, yes, to border.
Yeah, border.
Yep.
Yeah, border.
We can't went by car because was a lot accidents, and we leave our car. It's made a lot of people. It's and we walked 70 kilometers by walk.
Wow.
Yes, with children and with with one baggage. I don't know, one case. And some people had big animals or very old grandmother, and you can't go in by car. You need walked. And okay, you stopped, and what you will do with your grandmother who can't go in 70 kilometers? It was very, very a sad situation, because most of these people, it was, of course, women with children. It was parents. It was parents. And a lot of women at the boat understood that now time when their husbands can't go out with them. And somebody come back with children because they didn't want leave their husbands. And I am with my husband. With my husband, we understood that our opinion that I must survive with children for them, and I left him and try go out without him.
Wow.
But it was impossible. We wait maybe 12 hours. It was very big line. And we took somebody with car and come back to Lviv, took my car and went to another border. And on this border, I had only my car. In my material world, I had only my car. And my husband taught me how to drive, because I never drive before. And he said, just 3 kilometers straight to the point. But I asked him what I will do if somebody said me to the left, to the right. I can't do it. I never made it before. I never made it. Is it right?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
possible to use? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I crossed border, and some volunteer, I don't know who these guys, every 100 200 kilometers, a new driver helped me go to Germany.
Wow,
I don't know who this person. It was a big quest, Somebody write me, we can help you from this point to this point, and you can go in from this city to this city with these guys, and it was, it was very. I felt in this moment that if it's not war, it's so good, friendly atmosphere. It was so friendly atmosphere because it was people different nationality. I remember guys from Pakistan who helped me from. I don't remember every country, sorry, but it was interesting how they find me, why they helped me, and it was so big work for me in this time because I never drived, and every people was in panic, everybody was in panic, and maybe 5 or 7 days I went to Germany. Because some my clients proposed me flat on Germany, in Germany.
Amazing. So Natalia, I'm curious. Do you know about the work of Judith Herman?
Sorry?
Do you know about the work of Judith Herman? So she's an American psychiatrist. So she's very big on trauma. So she wrote a book.
Yeah.
Do you know Trauma and Recovery? Have you read it, or have you
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. So because I just want to preface my question with that. So with Judith Herman, she talks a lot about war-torn countries, and so Judith Herman talks about what you actually said, very similar. So you mentioned that the effects of trauma are kind of like a prison, and Judith Herman would have agreed with that. Again, especially in terms of being in the middle of a war-torn country, in the middle of a civil war, especially. So she would talk about how we have like internalized shame, and so how a lot of what the effects of trauma are, again, going with this idea of it being a prison, a lot of it is internalized. So the oppression is internalized. And I wanted to ask you, is that something that you've also seen with your clients, with people around you, even with yourself, that when you're in these experiences, essentially it's so hard for you to disconnect yourself from it because you almost feel as though you're responsible for it, that you're the one who caused it, that it's essentially that they are your fault, which is again what happens a lot of times with traumatized victims.
Yes, I felt depression. Of course, I went to psychiatric. In one day, I understood that it's impossible to leave this problem, and I need help. And I took antidepressant 1 year. It's not big deal in this situation because for me it was important because I can't sleep. Every night when my children slept, I sat at the windows and I wait when will start it to bomb to bomb Germany. I was sure that it comes. And it was my night walks, night walk. In this situation, I think when people had this problem, you have your values very destroyed. And your values, it's most important in your life. Because I had a lot of things for living, a lot of things for work. I had support a lot of people, but I had not any goal and any good feelings. I didn't feel. And only my children, it was goal for living, because I had not thoughts about diet, but I can't understand, couldn't understand, no.
Yeah, couldn't understand.
Couldn't, yes.
Yes.
Couldn't understand what new meanings and what new values can work for me, can be me alive, can be make me alive.
Wow.
Do you understand me? Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Of course.
and then it also just in the context.
Yes, it's crisis values. It's most important. We if you take a book, 1 second. Psychiatrics from Oswentium, help me please. Everybody knows this book.
The DSM?
No. Viktor Frankl.
Man's Search for Meaning. Yeah, Alan actually has a copy here. Alan has a copy somewhere here.
It's very, very, very important book for everybody about meanings, about who boss in your mind, Right. And if you took this book, most important things about which he wrote, he lost all times, not only people, he lost values. He tried to, he had hope that he can wrote his work, scientific work, and they took it. He lost a lot of things which gave before him meanings in life, give sense, and it's really serious, because in 1 second I understood, okay, I have flat, I'm alive, I have alive children, we are okay, we have food, we have something for living, but for what? What next day? For what I live tomorrow? I just care my children, and I understood that I can't make easy things. For example, I can't ask my friends comes to me, because everybody was everywhere. Every evening we made chat in Telegram, and I am with my friends. We checked who are alive this day, tomorrow, next day. Every day you check. Oh, these guys gave answers. Okay, this one no. We wait till morning. Maybe they are. Maybe today big bombing. I don't know. Help me how it's right to say big bombing.
No, big bombing. Yeah, no, makes sense. Yeah.
And you lost not money or flat because or apartment, sorry, because a lot of people who living in Europe or in America, I think they think that you lost material things. No, it's last which you lost. But of course, for a lot of people, it's big drama. Somebody lost their own house, which they try to make all their life. And for me, it was, I can't do easy things. I can't ask my friends to come to me. My children can't have connect with their father. My daughter cried and she said that I had not any father, and you have a lot of question. But you are alive, you're still alive, you are okay, you are survive, you have food, you have clothes, but you had not future. And for me, it was big crisis and big trauma that I lost future. I lost future. Not, I didn't lost past, I lost future.
Wow. And you know, and then when we're thinking about values, oftentimes with trauma, values are completely upended. So a person might start to think, what is the point of having values, because it doesn't help me in any single way. So how would you address that in a person with trauma? And also maybe even from your own experiences, how did you maintain any values, any set of values in that experience?
First of all, for me, it was important to started to see future again, because when you can't see good future, it's such you bought apartment, you open windows and you see wall. You're feeling that you are in jail, and somebody may be feeling it now, that you are okay, but you are not okay. Yes, in your mind, in your heart, you are not okay. And first of all, for me, thing which I understood that most important value, I am breathe. If you breathe, you are successful. Because it's your most important natural goal. In forest, every animals make everything for be alive. And if I'm alive, it's great. It's great first step. Understood it that it's not. Understand it that it's not small deal. It's very big deal. For somebody, it was impossible. I had chance, and I speak with you now only because I lived in place where it was possible go out. Yes, went out. How it's right to say?
Yeah, well, it was possible to go out. Yeah.
To go out, yes. And why it was possible? Because around my region was a lot small village, and when Russian soldiers killed people in this village, they was busy, and they can't killed me and my family. And what price my life? Everybody who maybe lost sense for living today, they must ask themselves, yes, who worked for your life? What made your parents, your grandfather, your teachers, your friends from childhood? Everybody produced something for you, some ideas, some material things, some love, and what price your life? And I understood that my life now more expensive because somebody died for me.
Wow.
For example, if we take another way, for example, somebody now feeling crisis and he have some problem with money or relationship, maybe some addiction, and maybe you think that it's finished. You can't to find something good about your future. And first of all, you must to find some good idea about your future, because future it's most important for your day to day. If I think that tomorrow I will have great life, this day will be better. If I will know that tomorrow I'm sure I will have problem with police, this my day will be not happy. What you think about your future, it's most important for your day to day. And first of all, I started to think what good things I have now, and I'm alive, and it's life. It's expensive. My heart is work. All my body is work. My mind is work. It's great. It's so expensive. If you need to change any organ, it's so expensive. You are not sure what your future tomorrow, but your body, як це сказати, не предает тебя. Не предает тебя, как сказать.
Oh, that one I don't know. That one I don't know.
Every time it's
Це переклади, загуглим. But your body all time with you. You are sure, you're not sure, but your body all time with you. And it's work, every organs, it's very good worker. And it's second things, first things you have life, second things all your body work for you. You had no situation when some organ said, oh, it's so sad body, I go out from this body, I don't work here, I don't like this boss. In this mind, not good ideas. I go out. Sorry, bye guys. I need holidays. Everything work. It's okay. And next thing, very important thing, is what my future. What good, fabulous I can say to myself about my future. And if you find this star in future, these ideas, goal, dream, you will find your values.
Wow.
And maybe for somebody it helps. You can write what you don't like now in your life. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. What I don't like, and for every this position you must write what you want. You don't want this one. What you want? What if I don't like, I don't know, my weight, what weight I want? If I don't like my payments, what payments I need? It's when you know what you don't want, you know what you want.
That's interesting. That reminds me of in cognitive behavioral therapy.
Oh, the thought record?
Almost like
Yeah.
the thought record. Do you want to?
Well, so not to get into it, too much, but yeah. So as I'm sure Natalia, in cognitive behavioral therapy, we think about the way that we see things, our interpretations, which is very stoic and very Viktor Frankl-esque, right? So, and I love that now we're connecting this to the conversation of trauma, because a lot of what you're saying rings true in CBT. Is there's this way of looking at the world that essentially impacts our emotions, which impacts our decisions, and so fundamentally, what we're saying is that's something that we're in control of. We're in control of the way we interpret events. So when I hear you talking about values, essentially what I hear you saying is our values are fundamentally our own. Nobody can really take them away from us. It's ultimately up to us to figure out what to do with them, how to interpret them, and how to maintain them as a significant part of our life. So I love that. I love that as a strong part of your work.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And I think every speaker and every person in your life, they can say some things which you known before, but some little part of new ideas can help you to see these pictures better.
100%.
For example, I started Imagine My Better Life. I think everybody listened about it. Maybe it's said Joe Dispenza, when you make meditation, when you walk. But how it's made I am for restart myself. I walked and I real speak. Because when you think about something, you imagine something, it's not very sometimes correct, sometimes strong. And I know when you want to say something to some person, in your mind everything is great, but when you started to say it, you have problem. And I started say my best future. I named, I called this practice, it's walking on my dream, but I spoke what I want, what I feel, and it's, I think it's helped me change situation with my thoughts and with my feelings, my future. But you really saying it. And sometimes I thought, oh, why I said this one? Oh, I want this one. Oh, it's strange. But you must stop this. It's not school. You don't need any marks. You need only produced. I understood that your mind, your brain must start to be fabric, which produced new feelings, new ideas. And for me, it was important not sitting and imagine or walking and listen how somebody say you some right things, because meditation, when you walked, it's meditation when you walk, it's usually you listen somebody. I listened myself and I produce these ideas. And such in childhood, you can make any magic what you want. You had not any border. You can say everything what you want. And I think it's helped me. I stopped take antidepressant in this time, and I find these new values because in childhood you you can everything. You think that you can everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel powerful and you feel confidence only because you don't know that maybe this one not possible and this one not possible. You never thought about it in your childhood. And nothing changed, nothing to change. And for me, it was practice which helped me a lot. Because it was just my ideas, and I made some experiments with my clients, and a lot of people shiny and said, oh, I can't, how I will do it. I said, do it with yourself or with your dictaphone. But try what your mind can produce, which new ideas. Maybe some evening I had Oscar, Grammy, everything, I don't know, all awards which I know. I present to myself. Next day I understood I don't need it. Why I think about it? Okay, it's something not real for me, it's not my meaning, it's not my value. And I find maybe in 2 weeks I find my real values about my family and about my country. For me it's very important.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you find your values, you restart yourself and you have great future. Because maybe you remember how in childhood you like something to do and your parents ask you to eat and you don't want because you want to finish how you drawing or how you play with somebody. And it's very, very interesting. I think great people in this life, they can imagine this, they can produce this interesting world which every brain can produce. You can swim in this dream, live in this dream, and these feelings, it's so cool. It's great addiction, I recommend you. It's better than sweets.
I love that.
No, absolutely. Actually, that's interesting. I think the mind is very wonderful in that way.
Yeah.
Because we're always looking for evidence of whatever it is we believe, of what we're thinking, right? But if we take control of the process as best we can, we kind of empower ourselves to think about, what is it that I want to think about? What is it I want my goal to be? What do I want my purpose to be? How I think about life. You start to look for evidence of what you keep enforcing. And it's funny because if we think a bad thing, or we automatically are thinking about something bad, we see, like you said, somebody thinks they're going to go to jail tomorrow or something like that. They're going to have a bad day today. They're going to look for things that support this kind of thought. But if they think about a good future, like you said, they start to see very different things in their interactions by themselves, with other people. It's actually really fantastic when somebody actually kind of takes ownership of this process instead of letting it happen automatically.
But my idea, I don't want I don't want to say people be successful. It's not about successful. It's about your relationship with your dreams and with your future. And maybe it's not cool for this time, for this, for your environments, for example. But when you find your way, nobody stopped you. Because after our interviews, I will go to make interview with one very, very famous Ukrainian artist. He's paintist. Yes, he's 90 years old, but he's one of the best painters in world, 20th centuries. And when I saw his interview before, for preparing for this interview, I understood one thing. He live in this world which he imagine, and he happy because in world which you imagine, everything work only your rules. Every time work on only your rules. Sorry, every time it's your rules. You are magic guy. You can produce everything what you want. And world outside said you must be rich. I don't know. Maybe I don't need it now. I don't need care about money. He said, I understood one thing. I'm great painting artist. I can walk everywhere. I will have bread. For me, it's enough because you happy. Not when somebody give you awards. You happy when you give you to yourself words. For example, one day my friend called me. We stopped with my husband near gas station. He went to buy bottle of water. And she called me and said, "Oh, we had situation one fabrics with horse, it's closed, and they will kill sports horses. And maybe you want to buy one, because I asked every my friends, and I took three. Somebody took one, but maybe one more, and he will survive." And 2 seconds, I thought it was my dream from my childhood. I never seriously, I will never go to some, I don't know, store to buy a horse. And now this situation is cool for me. It's interesting. I said, okay, I will take one horse. And my husband come back with bottle and water, and they said, "We will have horse." He said, "You want toy?" I said, "No, it's real horse." It's crazy thing which I made, and I happy very much that I made it, because I had horse for years, and it was my great dream from my childhood. I had great time with these animals. I said that is my favorite, biggest dog. I kissed him. It's my great teacher. But now it's impossible. In my life now, I can't have horse now. It's impossible. I live in another country, and this horse killed Russian soldiers. But my dream was done. I don't know, my dream done. I made everything for my childhood dream. I was happy with it. Now it's impossible. If somebody call me today and say again this situation, I said no. I will say no, because I had not any. It's impossible. No, it's impossible. But if you make something crazy, you are happy.
Wow.
It's not a word. I bought this for myself. It's a word which I find for myself, and somebody to buy a bag, expensive bag, and for them it's a word.
Wow. I love
It's
that.
not because you need bag. It's because you need some gift for you. Because child inside you need some gift. But when you understand that you are more than a material thing, and when I was very sad, I understood that most important thing in my life, it was people, good people, my friends, some teachers, some interesting person, and crazy things which I tried to do, and it's made me happy. I can't hug my bags. I can't hug my monies. Yes, it's great if you don't need to think about money. I think people don't want to be rich. They want never afraid be without money. They don't need anxiety about money, but it doesn't matter how much you have. If you find way to be to produce money when you need how much you need, you are happy. Today you need more. Tomorrow you need nothing. And I think it's in the end, I understood that our ideas about future is more powerful than any drama.
Wow. Yeah, and then just to go into the trauma again and to pick up on what you're saying, which I really love, is that when you think of shame as the core of trauma or as the core effect of trauma, there's often so trauma has often been defined as this. It's a definition of it, which I really love. That trauma is not only a disconnection from yourself, where pretty much what you're saying is that you're taking care of yourself, you're looking at and caring for your needs. A lot of times, people with a significant amount of trauma, they can't do that. There's a lot of shame that prevents them from doing that. They think, I don't deserve this, right? Who am I I to have these nice things? And there's also this disconnection from people. So trauma is essentially a disconnection from self and a disconnection from others.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when we think about now the work of Judith Herman, she would say the most important thing outside of obviously in what you were saying, the connection for self and with self, the most important thing is also getting back to a connection with community. So the shame prevents us from that. The shame prevents us from thinking that I can trust people, that people will care about me, people will care about my needs. So in your work, Natalia, how do you then get to that step? So when a person is experiencing the after effects of trauma, how do you then begin to help them reintegrate in the community, and also reintegrate into a sense of country, into, let's say we can even use Ukraine as an example, reintegrating into a sense of this is my homeland, this matters, I am a part of this?
I think, most important to find this support inside, because we wait right people, but you are enough for make most important support for yourself. If you take 51% your support for yourself, you will be happy. If you will wait somebody who will make you happy or care about you, you will all time in addiction. You will all time hungry that this person don't love me enough. This person don't support me enough, and you will all time feeling deficit. This world is crazy. Something changed, but not healthy people take big position in government in many countries. And I read about it, why it's possible, because when people more healthy, they don't need a lot власть, как это сказать, власть. They don't need big position, very big position. If
Yeah,
you
like
are
status.
healthy, yes, you don't need very big position in social. Not healthy person, they need it, and it's why we have problem with war and with everything bad things, every bad things in this world. I think most important understand that we are adults. Something we can, something we can't, and we can do everything what we want, and if you can do something what you want, comes to this magic world in your brain and took this one for this day. Today it will be plain, it will be artist play, but maybe tomorrow it will be your real life. Because in my life I took a lot of things about which I never thought, because I was sure that it's impossible. And we are never will ready for 100% for something. For example, now I try to work with American people, with American market. I'm not ready. My English is very not okay for it, but I started. And when I lived in Ukraine, and I had one call from TV, and they asked me to try to work on TV. I had 2 weeks son, and all my parents and all people around me said, "Are you crazy? You have 2 weeks son. You need time." I asked how much. When this time is okay, when I will ready for 100%. You can be ready for something for 10%. It's enough for start. It's enough. Because this perfect time, perfect body, perfect mind, perfect therapy, we wait this and we never try to do something, because you can start, and in process you can understand that you need something another. Because a lot of people, they took this, usual things. I need money, I need married, I must be strong, I must be thin, I must be young, I must be something else. But maybe you need sing, on holidays in some village theater, and it will make you happy. And a lot of things you can try. You can buy horse. I never planned, I never thought about it seriously, but I bought. And I was happy with this animal. And it's such in childhood. Maybe you had this play. It was so game. Sorry, this game in childhood when you have market and you need money. You went to trees, took leaves, and it's your money. If it's not enough, you take more. It never finished. In our mind must be something same. Yes, okay, on this way I don't know how do it, but I'm sure we have another way, and never closed all doors. If you don't find answer today, you will find it tomorrow.
I love that. And I would also add to that, what's so interesting is going back into, mindsets and mentality is that, so my mom has this issue too, where my mom thinks that her English is really bad. And she says, oh, I can't speak it that well. But what's interesting is I think my mom's English is fantastic. It's not perfect, obviously, right? So this whole thing of, starting somewhere, being at 10%, 20%. So for both of you, it's so interesting that both of you as Russian or Ukrainian people, I think that that's kind of the mentality, especially from that old Soviet Union of, oh, my Russian or whatever, my English is not good enough, therefore I can't thrive in America. But no, for both you and my mom, we understand everything. Your English is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this time. I was happy to be with you, and I will run to a great guy which say something new for me today, I'm sure.
I gotcha. And then, so Natalia, if we wanted to follow you, if we wanted to find your work, where can we find you on social media, online, anywhere?
I started again. I started again to make my English language page. It's not very popular, but you can. I think everybody can find this link, Dr. Kholodenko, Dr. Kholodenko, and I will happy to read your question. And I'm sure happiness and pain is international thing, which possible understand. And which possible, we need pain. I understood the thing. We need pain because pain informed us that we are a real person, that we are alive. Because people don't feel pain. In one day, I understood. Okay, I take all my pain. Okay, I destroyed. This is my pain. It's very big. Okay, but I'm okay. I'm okay with my pain. And after that, you will have next step, and you will more happy.
I love that. Natalia, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
This was
you.
excellent.
Thank you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Good luck on the next interview. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right, that was amazing. So again, everyone, if you'd like to follow us, follow the show, you can follow us at Seize the Moment Podcast on Facebook and on Instagram. On X, we're at Seize_podcast. Like, subscribe,
Hit the bell on YouTube.
And again, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.